Let me hit my buttons. Here we go. And so please grab a chair and sit in your chair. I have a blanket on my chair because I have these kind of hard metal chairs. Yeah, grab a chair and find a seat. And I like to come to kind of the edge of my seat. I think that coming to the edge of your seat encourages a taller spine, and it allowing your knees to come out from your hips. See if your ankles can come straight down from your knees. So I'm just turned to the side to show you how I like to try to organize my seat, right? Your shoulders stacking over your hips, and you can kind of rub your legs. You can rock a little forward and back. And something that you notice, I know that I notice right away, is this tendency to want to slouch. We're kind of training our bodies to find something a little different. You might have really great posture though. Maybe it's just me who slouches. And let's see if you can open your collarbones, and then your ears want to stack over your shoulders. Well, that's a tall order. You bring your chin to your chest and kind of draw your chin down a little. That can encourage kind of drawing it back, kind of pushing it back. That can kind of encourage that shoulders under your ears. The crown of your head is extended towards the heavens, and just let your hands rest wherever they do on your legs. See if your eyes can soften. And this is a Qigong stance, yet seated. So a seated Qigong stance. And as you're sitting, there are some things that happen a little differently than when we're standing. Maybe you feel a little bit more at ease, especially if you have any pain or issues in your hips or your knees or your feet. Taking the weight-bearing aspect out of your experience can be beneficial. And even if you don't have those particular experiences, it can maybe offer a little bit more of a sense of grounding. Noticing, feeling the bottoms of your feet against the earth, and your bum against the chair. So have these 3 points of contact, allowing you to feel nice and supported and secure. Letting your jaw relax and coming into your breath, just observing, just noticing. Your spine is long, so you're still this very good conduit of energy, of qi. And bring one hand to your belly and one hand over your heart. Find a smile, relax into the gentle pressure of your own hands. Just notice. You might notice your breath, your heartbeat. Maybe you noticed the tips of your fingers or your thumbs. Notice the points of contact, just like those 3 points of contact that you currently have with a grounding sensation, the bottoms of your feet and your bum. Feeling the points of contact that your hands have to your body and the places of space. And feeling your breath. Finding a smile. And the seat makes for a lovely place to be in your Qigong practice. Just noticing, just breathing. We'll find some gentle movements from here. Let your hands rub together. I'm gonna go nice and slow. Just rubbing your hands, keeping your eyes soft. We're taking our time. We're going to rub the Lao Gong, the center of each palm, relaxing your shoulders, maintaining a tall spine, and just massaging the center of one hand. Breathing into that gentle massage, stimulating a sense of calm. Noticing the sensation of your fingers on the back of your hand, feeling those little bones in your hand. How beautiful and delicate they seem. Make our way to the other hand, stimulating the Lao Gong. You can do this very gently, or you can apply more pressure, and you're just rubbing the center of your palm. However, your energy takes you. There's no right or wrong. Breathing. Offer kindness to yourself as you breathe. And take a big inhale and let it go. Bring your hands in front of you and hold a ball of tea. Just rolling your hands, envisioning this ball of energy between your palms. I always envision this sort of ball of light. It makes me think of the Frog Prince. There was a variation of the Frog Prince that I remember from being a little girl, where the little girl in the story, the princess, she had a golden ball that she would play with, and she dropped it into the river, into a stream, and the frog brought it up to her, and it was her little prized possession was this little gold ball. And I'm sure there were many lessons to be learned from that and that whole story, but for ourselves, just envisioning sort of this little and golden ball of chi between your hands. You can move your hands however you do. Maybe you find that open and close motion now. With the eyes soft, you can even turn the hands and open and close, kind of expanding this ball of chi. And breathing. And now as you move, as you expand the hands, you can find an inhale. Exhale as your hands come closer together. Expanding and condensing your little ball of chi. Maybe a little glowing ball of light. And in many practices, such as this, playing with the chi ball, working with a ball of chi, one might say, well, it's just my imagination. And that's just what it feels like. It will always feel like your imagination. And what's wrong with that? In our imagination, a beautiful tool. And this application right here, encouraging a sense of peace, a sense of warmth, self-efficacy, the most beautiful way to utilize your ability to visualize. You start to notice as you're working with your hands a sensation of gentle resistance as you open, pulling apart and close, and breathing as you move. We'll bring the hands a little closer together and we'll press one hand down and the other fingertips go out to the side. Gaze follows the upper fingertips. So just getting a gentle stretch in your neck and seeing if you can feel nice and rooted through the bottoms of your feet and through your bum, feeling grounded, breathing softly. Noticing, maybe feeling a gentle resistance from each hand as they come together, that electromagnetic field of yours. Once more. And we'll come back to center. And press your hands down. Just rub your upper leg a little. We're going to find a few lifts and reseating exercises. And the reason for this is to help to strengthen the quad. I'm going to turn just so that you can see better as we move. I'm going to step your feet in a little bit. And we have the hip flexors of the dantian area. So the pelvis, the hip flexors, the sacrum, and this whole sacroiliac joint. So this whole place where the dantian is situated. And strengthening the legs is one of the benefits of our Qigong practice. So having your feet a little further away, maybe bring your heels in a little, sink your chest or bring your chest forward, and then start to lift yourself up out of your seat. Ooh, and maybe reach your hands up. Find a nice stretch that could feel good. Maybe move your wrists. We're going to sit back down. And start the first time with your hands on your hips, and then sinking at the Kwa, sinking at the Dantian. You're bringing yourself back down to your chair and sit up. My Papap had a chair that lifted him up so that he didn't have to do that. But we don't want to be like Papap. We're going to do that twice more. So hinging forward. And this time you can keep your hands on your hips or maybe extend your arms up in front of you as you press through your feet and lift yourself up using your rocket boosters. And maybe move your wrists and feel very nice. Just sway a little. You can keep your arms lifted or bring your hands to your hips as you sink through the Kwa, tucking your pelvis a little, and sink your bum back down to your chair. Maybe bring your arms down if your hands are lifted. You can move your shoulders. And this is our last lifting out of the chair. Take a moment before you do and just let your hands rest. Let your whole body rest. See if you can come back to that long spine and shoulders over your hips and ears over your shoulders. Noticing for a moment. Maybe finding a smile. Now your hands can come to your hips or your arms can extend up overhead. Hinging forward, press through your feet and lift yourself up and reach and move your wrists. And maybe you come onto the ball of each foot and lower back down. And bring your arms down, shake things out, and we'll move that chair out of the way. Coming into a Qigong stance. Again, let's take a few moments actually and just shake things out. Find some arm swings also. Arms swing forward and back. Such a different experience too. Sort of sit in the chair in a way that brings our awareness to how our spines are situated. Let your arms open and close. Just breathe and sigh. Maybe it's a sigh of relief. Maybe notice also how when we're doing something a little different than what we usually do, it can be a little jarring, a little strange. Being aware of that. Come back to center, shake things out, and bring your hands to your hips and let's rotate at the waist. A nice slow waist rotation. Notice your breath. Being kind to yourself. And go the other direction. We'll come back to the center and shift your weight to one leg and sort of move the other hip, knee, ankle, toes around, circling things out one direction. You can always hold on to a chair too. That's the nice thing when we have a chair around, then we can do all kinds of stuff with the chair in the other direction. I love using a chair in my practice. I like to mix together yoga and Qigong. And come to the other side, making some circles. other direction. We'll come back to center and shake things out. Now we'll find a Qigong stance. The feet sinking into the earth, making contact with the bottoms of your feet. Earth. Be a slight bend in the knee. We want the hips stacked over the ankles. And there might be a slight tilt of the pelvis, kind of flattening a little bit, flattening the low back. And that also comes through this sinking gently into the quad, into the hip flexors. And so here in this stance in the lower part of your body, you have a lot of strength being, a lot of muscles being engaged. So you're building strength in some of these muscles that help you to sit down and get back up. You can envision a little space in your dantian. And let your shoulders stack over your hips. And then your ears stack over your shoulders. You can bring your chin or your finger to your chin and sort of draw your chin back and down a little. Arms resting at your sides. It's just a little kind of postural training. And take a big inhale and let it go. And we're going to lift the chi. Arms, palms face up, elbows bend. Palms face down, pressing down. Now, if you notice as you're moving that you'd like to straighten the legs a little more or adjust yourself differently, please do. Our main focus is having a nice tall spine that encourages kind of that flow of chi through the spine, especially. Noticing your breath. Bringing a smile into your being. This is a wonderful movement for bringing your breath along, lifting the chi. One more time. And lift the chi. Shake out your arms and your legs. And come back to a stance that feels rooted and tall. Hands in front of you, holding the moon between your hands. Let us turn and look at the moon. Finding a nice twisting in your range of emotion. You can always start lower and then allow your movement to progress. reaching up a little higher each time. Find that moment when you come back to center. And then have an adventure on the other side. Maybe you notice that your fingers are very rigid and you soften them. Last time, holding the moon, turning to look at the moon. Come back to center. And you can put the moon back in a little box. Shake out your arms, shake out your legs. You're gonna play in water. Step your feet a little further away from each other, but reroot. Feel nice and tall through your spine. You can sink the hips a little and bend forward, and then play in water. Hinging at your hips, sinking down, and then playing in water, hinging. Be able to see your toes. And if hinging just doesn't feel right to you, guess what? You don't have to do it. It's just another component of your practice. You might do it a couple times and then cease. Just play in water. Sinking your hips, hinging forward, straightening your legs, feeling your rocket boosters engage. Nice uplifting movement for sure. Hang in water. And then let your arms come down and flick the water off your fingers. I'm going to turn in one direction into a bow stance. And we'll play in the water again, but this time we're going to scoop the sea and open to the horizon. Hinging to your front knee and then sinking into your back foot. Feeling your weight shift in bow stance. Being able to see your front toes. You don't have to go very far. The sea comes to you. You scoop the sea and open to the horizon. Find a softness in your hands. Try to keep a tall spine. Notice if you have the urge to lean forward. Moving the sea comes right to you. More scoop and open. Bring your arms down, come back to center, and let's roll the shoulders a few times. And find a sigh. Move your wrists, your fingers. Just shake things out. We'll make our way to the other side, just scoop the seat and open to the horizons. First, feeling rooted in the bottoms of your feet, feeling nice and supported. And then as you're ready, just scoop and open. Let your jaw relax. Allow your fingers to find a place between softness and structure. One more time. Scoop the sea and open to the horizon. And come back to center. Roll your shoulders. Find a sigh. Reroot to the bottoms of your feet. Gather chi, fortifying yourself, feeling nice and secure and supported. And then allow your hands to rest on your dantian. From this place of support, I'm going to work with a 5-element practice. And we'll begin with wood. So I like to do different variations because there's different relationships between the elements. So here we're going to start with wood, with this birth in springtime, the sensation of growth and planning, of new ideas and thoughts. Those are wood energy. Your palms face up and pressing palms, pressing one palm away and then drawing it back in. And thinking here about your breath as well. And maybe exhaling as you press away from your right side. And then inhaling as you draw back in towards the liver and gallbladder. Wood is springtime. The color is green. The taste, because each element has a taste. The taste is sour, like lemons or kind of a bitter, like bitter greens. things we think about, the greens especially in summertime or in springtime. Lemons are just always there at the Aldi. Drawing in and pressing out. So this excitement that comes with new growth. It's a warming phase where we make our way towards the season of summer. And it's that place in time. It's yang energy rising. Oh, coming back to center. Let's gather chi again. Just gathering chi, finding this gentle movement. Let your shoulders relax and soften, and allow your jaw to soften. Maybe feeling the gentle resistance in the air around you. Something that our Qigong practice really does. I think the most important thing that it does is it brings us into this present moment. Wood energy represents the future. It's a lot of future planning. And so it's always good to come back to the present moment. And then let your hands rest on your dantian. And take a big inhale and let it go. Bring your hands in front of your heart. Let's find that chi ball again. Just feel free to shift around to reestablish your stance, to feel your shoulders sort of open and stack over your hips. You just gently play with this little ball of chi. And we'll turn one hand to face down and the other to face up, finding a fire element gong. Extend the arms and gaze over fingertips. Come back to center. Roll the ball. Extend and gaze over fingertips. You might move with your breath, finding an inhale as your arms extend and exhale as they come back. And the fire elements, that yang energy, summertime, the color red, the fruits and flowers, the maturation that happens from that growth, kind of birth and growth of springtime. There's this maturation. Joy and our purpose, and feeling connected to others. The next time you come back, relax and gather chi. And just sort of swaying gently and gather chi from around you. Envisioning drawing in to fortify your dantian and that sense of connection with the earth. We're going to find an earth gong. Let your fingers form a triangle and see if you can bring it up a little bit higher than your eyes. And you kind of gaze through that triangle, lifting your elbows and turn one direction and back to center, the other direction. This earth gong. The twist stimulating your digestion. And if it's a lot to have the hands lifted, I'm going to give this other option. However, we won't be doing this for very much longer, but would be to bring the hands to your back and to turn, letting your shoulders relax and forming that triangle with your fingertips and your back body. As I said, we won't be doing it very much longer, but Earth, the present moment, so the season of late summer, and we'll come back to center and let the hands come down. Roll your shoulders after that one. Just find a nice shoulder roll. And we'll gather chi. So earth energy, the present moment, and feeling secure and nurtured. Times of transition. And I'd say now we're transitioning into winter time. You can feel it. So it's nice to reconnect with the earth energy, especially during those times of transition. It can be a bit jarring to make our way into this cooling phase and towards the water element. Next, we'll find metal. Bring your palms to face your lungs. Let your shoulders relax, thumbs pointing up. And turn the thumbs point down as you extend and open. And then draw back in metal. The autumn season, the cooling phase, kind of a decline in yang energy, making our way towards yin, time of relaxation, hibernation, drawing in. Maybe on an inhale, and maybe you exhale as your arms extend out. Letting go. We've been working so much with the metal element for obvious reasons. A refinement of reaping the fruits of our labor, of all of that growth from springtime, all of the fruits of summer, security of late summer, and just feeling like we're ready to let go. We'll draw the hands in and relax down. We'll gather chi, have a nice kind of cleansing movement between each element. Can feel quite nice and can do different ones. This one just feels really good, especially in our transition towards winter, towards the water element. Notice your breath. Maybe find a sigh. And we'll come into water. Step your feet a little bit further apart. So let one hand rest on your low back, the palm faces out, and you might bring it up sort of to this kidney adrenal line. Really relax that shoulder. Your hand forms a cup, reaching out and drawing across your gaze, dipping down, scooping some cool, clear water, and dribble the water across your toe. You might find an inhale as you scoop, sinking into the quad, exhaling, coming across, sinking and hinging forward. Just scoop and dribble the water across your toes. The water element, wintertime, extreme yin energy, a time for that hibernation. Also a sort of a gestational time as well for like creative projects that will come about in springtime with that new energy. Of course, we have creative projects while we're in the winter time. Sometimes we can really nurture our creativity even more so in the winter. You might find yourself wanting to do more creative things, but giving yourself also plenty of time to rest so that whatever activities you undertake won't be done so through excess adrenaline. Stooping, let your arm come down. Relax the other arm, shake things out, roll the shoulders, shake the arm. We'll come right into the other side. Bringing the hand to the back, maybe it reaches up towards that kidney adrenal area. Let your shoulders soften, forming a cup. Reach and come across your gaze. Inhale as you scoop, and exhale as you dribble water across your toes. Coming from a place of, with your creativity, coming from a place of being rested rather than feeling excessive adrenaline or extra caffeine. There's nothing wrong with caffeine, but when we use it to push through and we know we really just need a rest, maybe it's better to just have a little rest first. Allow yourself more time to relax in the winter. Knowing that that nice strength in water is going to encourage a strong wood element, a strong fire, the ability to let go with greater ease, metal, greater creativity and water, growth and planning in wood, purpose and joy in fire, security in earth, processing emotions, metal, and back to water. And the cycle always continues. Last time, scooping. Let your hand come down, bring your arm down, shake it out. Shake out your arms and gather chi. Find a sigh. moving with the seasons, going with the flow. We'll bring down heavens, root your feet or reaching up, and then drawing down, drawing in everything that is helpful and useful. Feeling again that sensation of support that's so important during transitional times. And feeling comfy, taking good care of yourself. One more time, reaching up and drawing down. Bring one hand to your belly, and the other for your heart. Just noticing, again, feeling that gentle pressure of your hands, the places that are making contact, and the spaces that are available. Sinking into the bottoms of your feet, finding a smile, offering yourself kindness and compassion, peace and love. Know that as you do, as you cultivate that and cultivate your practice and your breath and a sense of ease and relaxation, you allow those components to flow through you and into each interaction. Bring the feet together. In the right fist, strength. Left hand, friendship. Thumbs drawn inward, humility. Together, it's a respect. Thank you so much for your practice today, friends. It's always just an honor to get to be with you and to practice with you. I'm going to hit my stop recording button.